up, guys? It's Nick back here with another video, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience at the FanExpo New Orleans back in January. I know this is old, but you know, I just had a newborn baby, so I've had this footage for a while. I just haven't made the video for it. So I just want to talk about some of my experiences and some of the things that I went through at the experience, something that I would learn from it. You know what I'm saying? So the things that I've learned from it and go forward. So let's get into the video. Excuse me. Hey, how you doing? Alright guys, so I just added some clips right then of some videos of me walking around the convention as it was going on and when it first happened and blah blah blah, because you know, me and my girlfriend went there and she helped me the whole time. So it was fun, it was packed, there was a lot of people there. It wasn't as packed as some of the other ones I've seen, but it was quite a few people there. One thing I did notice, because I had never been to New Orleans before, is that like the expressway system there is crazy. I'm talking about crazy. So, because I didn't know where to get off it, where to get on, and I was lost the whole way. So I was kind of figuring things out. So it was kind of difficult maneuvering through there because they have a lot of one ways. In Memphis, we have a couple of them, but it's not like a whole lot of them. So that was one of the toughest parts. So, but getting to New Orleans the first day, and the city was beautiful. You know, we did a little tourist thing the first day because that's pretty much the best opportunity we had at doing that, because the convention, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, majority of your day going to be consumed by the convention. But we did some tourist stuff the first day and enjoyed our time there. That was after we set up, because the first thing I wanted to do is get there, get everything set up, you know, so that way we can enjoy the rest of the day, because you know, I think they only give you that like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours to set up. So you have to get in there and move very efficiently to get in there and get set up. So since this was only like my third or fourth convention it's like my fifth convention I've been to. But most of the ones I've been to didn't require. This was my first time doing a FanExpo convention, and I kind of got some tips from some people about doing better displays, because I seen like a lot of people had the overhead thing where your images just hang behind you. So I've already invested in one of those. It's on the way. So that's one thing that I plan on having for my next convention. So because I believe my next one is in Kansas City. So that's something that I want to do. But you know, I learned some things from a lot of the people there about how, if I wanted to do it full time, some of the things that you have to do, and you know, the sacrifice you got to be prepared to make and all this type of stuff. So I learned a lot from there. If I take anything away from this convention, I would say that was the most important thing. I learned more about the business side of it as opposed to just doing it for fun. But As far as the atmosphere and enjoying the crowd, yes, it was very fun. It was very entertaining. A lot of the people there, they were cool. I have a southern accent, but theirs was like way thicker than mine. So that was like I felt like I was speaking proper English compared to them. So that's one thing to be that I enjoyed about it too, to be thankful for. But as far as the artwork and stuff like that and how people took it, I would say my first day went relatively bad because I don't know whether it's just the South, but because when I had like a little show in Memphis too, it went like this the same. It went the same way where the first day, I guess people were like, okay, it's the first day. I don't want to spend all my money the first day, so let me just see what's walk around and see what's in here. Because I think I might have made $10 the first day. I think I might have made $10. It was that bad. I was getting kind of scared. I was like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. But you know what I'm saying? But then after the second, third day, it picked up. Because I guess Saturday is always the biggest day. So I kind of expected it to go better Saturday. But, that's one thing I noticed specifically is that, people were kind of hesitant to spend money the same way they would in one of the northern or Midwestern cities. I could say that for a fact. The next thing is one thing I took note of is a lot of people kept asking me for things that were related to the voice actor who was at the convention. So that's one thing I took note of while I was there. So I believe this one had Mario, Bowser, Solid Snake. It had like a lot of video game voice actors. And I think I had one Mario piece, and that was my top seller the whole day. The whole weekend. That was my top seller. So, if I was to advise anybody to do something, I would say pay attention to who's gonna be there. So whatever convention you're going to, excuse me, whatever convention you're going to, make sure that you have plenty of product catered around who's gonna be there. So because that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to go to a convention and they have Goku and Vegeta and all these people here, and then you have Sailor Moon characters. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. So I noticed that was a big thing. That was a big thing. Like having the people who was there have those. But they had the Stranger Things people, right? And like it was a girl that was next to me. She was eating off those Stranger Things pieces she made. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But as far as the entire convention, it was very smooth. Like they didn't give me a hard time. Like once I paid to get in, it was pretty much a yes all the way around. I didn't have to do much as far as getting qualified to be in there. Like how they normally review your portfolio and all that. I didn't have to do none of that. Like I just paid. I submitted some images, submitted my Instagram and stuff like that, and boom, they sent me my booking information. So it was cool. Like I kind of like the way they roll. So I actually paid the money to get back into it in 2024. So I'm looking forward to getting back in there again. And then I also got into one in Chicago in August, and then I got into one in Dallas in June. So I don't know when I'm gonna release this video, but I got into one around those times too. So I want to see how that's gonna roll, and then I'll go forward from there. But as far as how this one went, I'm cool with going to more FanExpo conventions. Like they make money. I think I made about $2,500, $3,000, somewhere in that range ish, the entire weekend, and that's making $10 on Friday. So imagine if I had made something on Friday. So you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like it was pretty cool. So yeah, I'm pretty excited with the convention and how it went. Like I said, if it's somebody out there who watches this video and they're debating on if they want to get into it, because I'm old enough now where I can make the money, risk it, and then if it fails, it fails. If it succeeds, it succeeds. So I'm prepared to take the loss. But if you're a young guy, a young girl, whoever, and you're trying to put yourself out there and you debating on whether or not to do this, if your artwork is really good and people will pay for it, like if your friends are willing to buy stuff from you, if you take it to school and you take something to wherever it's at and people want to pay for it, yes, it's definitely worth doing because people will pay for it. The thing that I like to think about it like it's almost like being like a bottle of water at a movie theater. You know what I'm saying? You have to take it where it's in high demand. Like, you know, a bottle of water at the store may be $1, but you take it to a movie theater, it's at least $5. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take it to where the demand is higher. So if you get into one of these conventions and people are really liking your art, they're gonna spend the money on it. So if anybody needed to hear that, then go right ahead. So I would say put yourself out there and definitely give it a chance. If you in the South or wherever you are, really look for the conventions that's in your regional area. So like I live in Memphis, Tennessee, so it's easy for me to go from anywhere within my regional area. So New Orleans, Birmingham, Atlanta, Nashville, Louisville, St. Louis, Little Rock, Kansas City, you know, anywhere in the Chicago, anywhere that's not too more than like an 8-hour drive, like, because most of these places are only about 6-7 hours away maximum. So, you know, you can get in the car and drive there, stay a couple days and come on back. It's not that big of a hassle. So if you somewhere like that, you just go look to the places that's in your regional area and go to those and see how they perform. I mean, take a risk. At bare minimum, it's a vacation. So, you know, you get to get out there and enjoy selling your artwork, because the people will buy it. I mean, you can make a full-time career off art. I've seen it. I've seen it in there. Like, I met people who I've seen on Instagram. I had no idea they were going to be there. And I followed them on Instagram, and then boom, I saw, I follow you. And then, you know, you meet them, y'all shake hands, they follow you back. You know what I'm saying? They give you some tips on how you can improve your own artwork. You can tell them some of the things, because most of the time, the cool thing I seen some people in there that I saw, and they was like, I like your style. How did you do this? I'm like, dude, you are further ahead than me. So I need to be asking you those questions, but, you know, they asking me. So, you know, you never know what people are willing to pick your brain about. So, because it's something that you know how to do that people are interested in learning. So if I can say anything, just put yourself out there and do it. You know, but as far as this one, it's definitely a go. I would definitely do it again. And, you know, I got I'm going to add some photos at the end and just, you know, see what you guys think. I met some cool people with some cool cosplays. I took some pictures of them that I have their consent to post them. So, let me know what you guys think. If you want, if you're interested in going, go. That's all I can tell you. Just go. Make sure you go to somewhere where it's going to have a good enough turnout, and then go right ahead. All right, I've been babbling a little too long, so like, comment, subscribe. Holla back.